hold a good thing for them. And that's what our people up in these damn ghettos and barrios and all these reservations need. All right? That's why you always get shot. You can't go to no court to get no true justice, man. Us, all right? Just us, and Esau said, just, all right, just us, man, real justice, man. They only person, they taking your house. It said, for all my people are found wicked men, they lay as he set a snare and set a trap, they catch men. As occasion for birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore, from great, waxing and rich, man, let's eat their church. All right? It says, should I not visit these things, say Yahweh? Should not my soul be avenged of the nations this? And what for holy things committed in the land? The prophets prophesied falsely, the priests bear good by the mean. My people know they have a soul, and what would they do in the end thereof? All right, so we have a lot of false prophets amongst our nation, man, amongst these people, man. All right, now people they love his soul, man. All right, they like their way, man. They like their conditions and up the ghettos and stuff like that, man. It's one thing our people, man. Our people don't like things done as decent as well, man. All right, a little tiny example. When Moses died, when all the prophets died, and the judges died, but they go back to the right here in this book. In this passage.
We are angels. But that's not talking about that.
But this is 144,000 are the servants, angels,
we already knew that. We already knew that. We already knew that. Well, we know it. We know it. Better
Get flown there, get a little three, got a little steel, got to the bucket.
We already knew that thing. We already knew that left our hands gone.
I'm not talking against y'all, I'm talking about government. I'm talking about the system that I had went against. When they turn around and give like they did on the stage, they turn around and give and put their hands, not to the stone man, got 10 verses, spend something, like something like that. But they turned out to be
I mean, that's not really how you come to Christ. I mean, you can. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with
Right, but the problem is so for all these. Go back to emancipation complicated.
That's it, not exactly. But we don't have any rights.
Now, what
No, we have the illusion, right? So you don't use the right thing, and then the devil can just pull your case. You never survive it for us. And so I really, real quick, can somebody get Sirach, the second chapter, the last verse? Because this is really what we're supposed to do. Okay, if you go out to your daily life, you walk outside. That's right. But when you go out, okay. But when you go outside, when you go outside your house. Hold on, I'm trying to ask you something. All right.
So I'm saying, I'm gonna take you to the
Yeah, beat that.
I'm saying,
Well, we
yeah,
right here.
because we don't have a right to get
Hold on,
our
let's
way.
beat that.
We are all
Man, you really were supposed to listen more than this.
We are.
Go ahead, bring it out, bring it out.
I know. Listen, I'm saying,
I think to share information.
the Lord gave you something. He just
share.
the Lord gave you something, and He really brought you here so that you can
No.
You know Priscilla and Aquila. You know Priscilla and Aquila, right? They crowned into Apollos, or
That was one part.
exactly. They crowned to Apollos. They crowned to Apollos because he only knew one thing. You were brought here. You have understanding on some things we already knew. You were meant to learn. Right. We're meant to learn.
I want to talk to you,
All right, what's going on? That's actually going on. That's actually
Okay, now you're really
going on. What's going on? What's going on?
It's not an argument, brother.
It is. It's coming
Right here, 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 34.
But to give you information.
Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it's not permitted on them
That's
to
not what
speak.
it is like.
They are permitted to be under obedience.
Those are
Also
Israelites.
said
He
in
was
the
talking to
law.
Israelites in
And
Corinth.
if
He was
they will
talking to
learn
Israelites in Corinth.
anything, let them ask their husbands at home. For it's a shame for one to speak in the church. Where your husband at?
No, the creator is the husband over the nation.
Over the whole nation.
Over the whole nation. But who's your husband?
So
He's your actual man.
when I was married, so your husband is 68. And to tell
Right,
you
so
that,
why you not being
it
quiet
also-
right now? You
it
trying to
also
teach
tell you
us.
that in Romans chapter
You're trying to
11,
teach us.
verse
You
16,
can't be-
there is no such
you can't be
custom.
trying to
But
teach us
why? Ask me why. Ask me why.
That's like saying that
So,
you don't need a
and am I in the military?
Yes, you are.
Yes. So, and I had one voice, and I was in the military. And
supposed to be a-
and I was
supposed to be the
a
military
certified
of my house.
judge
Supposed to
in
be
my
the military.
position. What was my
Well, you got the American.
But I suffer not a woman to teach, or to usurp authority over men, but to be in silence. Adam was first then Adam was
It's all
not
comes from
deceived.
the law. It's all comes from the law. Go to first Corinthians.
Go to
Adam was first, and guess what? She dealt with Israel through Barak. She dealt with Israel through Barak, and her husband was always present. She still acted as if there was a man over her. That's just like saying that
the
you're
only man over me was him.
Bring it out.
Only man over me. And
Referring
where's
to
your
Adam
voice
and
at?
Eve.
Where's any of y'all
Talking
been?
about
Y'all
Gentiles, he's
here.
referring to Adam
And y'all say y'all been.
But the woman learned
Nobody touched their head.
But I suffer.
We don't do that.
Yes, y'all do.
No, we don't. What scripture says that somebody else has dread? Samaritan has long hair like a woman.
Can you prove me what it is? Tell me what you can do. You can't put out one soul out of you. And I bet you y'all on social
Nobody can. The Lord only do that.
Hey, this is
I bet
still
y'all
right.
all the
2 and 17. They that fear the Lord will prepare their hearts and humble their souls in His sight, saying, we will fall into the hands of the Lord and not into the hands of men. For as His majesty is, so is His mercy.
So that woman was yet taught. And the Lord puts us in situations. He takes us out of situations. Right. That's for anybody. Can you bring somebody from jail? No, I can't. Even if it looked like I was doing it, guess who did it? Even if I put down the money, guess who did it? The Lord does that. Right. We don't do this. Guess who's bringing out this word? The Lord's bringing it out. Right. Shit. She want to say that the Lord is her husband. The Lord was your husband, yes, if you had a husband. And then He presented that direct over you. And if you don't have that direct head over you like you're supposed to, like a mother or a father, what are those? Those are curses. Being an orphan is just as much as being a curse to a woman being a widow or unmarried. Because she needs direction. If you don't have direction, then you're lost in this world. Like the rest of these peons,
What she want to do? She want to tell her this like that. So she came up here talking. I said, what the hell she got me turning?
and that was a
41 for. I said, these are just. I said, no, these are not. those are actually spiritual beings.
And that's the problem with the woman,
trying to say
man.
that instruction was for Gentiles.
What's going on?
I was just reading, he said Adam was first born.
Right.
And the Lord
He's
went
talking
back
to
to
the
Adam.
Israelites. The book of Corinthians is talking to the Israelites.
Because the thing is, it's something that Paul notes in the book of Corinthians. He says, it also says the Lord.
Right.
So he didn't just make a new commandment. He didn't pull some shit out of his ass.
Right.
The only thing he was giving you was the same thing that Yahweh said. Like, this one was ass, she was fucking pumping out her ass, man.
Right.
And she would learn a lot more had she not came and cried.
No, hold on. She's talking about this a cut right here that you know talking to Israel. It says right here, 1 Corinthians chapter 10. Moreover, grandma, now have you be ignorant how that all our fathers was under the cloud, all that passed through the sea, were all baptized unto Moses in the cloud and in the sea. So he's talking to the nation. He's not talking to no damn people, man. And that's why the woman don't need to be teaching.
Because she definitely got a bunch of people going the fuck off.
Right.
That's what she's
And that's what Nazariah came from her church. And that's why he bugged the fuck out, man. And she got blood on his hands, man.
She's trying to say that Deborah was a judge. Yes, Deborah was a judge.
Right.
When you listen to that, people think that means that she had authority. Well, the first thing is that you got to know that the Lord has authority, and he has a certain time when he wants you to speak and when he wants you to talk, and a certain way of how he wants a certain gender, a certain age, to talk to certain groups of people, man.
Right.
So when Deborah did judge, she stood in question form as honor unto the hierarchy that was set up, which was man, woman. There wasn't no woman, man. It wasn't no well. It's like we all on earth. It's like we both the same. No,
Right.
It was none of that. When Deborah spoke, first off, that was for the following in the same of Israel. Y'all need to read that. I literally had some woman correct me, not correct me, but tried to correct me. Because I corrected her, and I didn't get the scripture out. You know, but she said some dumb ass shit saying that how, that's that because this is the stupid video that's going on online with this dude had made this video like it's supposed to be like Samson, how Samson was thinking when after Deborah betrayed him.
Right.
Come on, baby. You know he wasn't serious. First off, the only reason why Samson did what he did was because he was vexed. They said he was vexed to death. That means that bitch was nagging.
Right.
She was nagging him to death. Right. Flipped out. Now that doesn't make it right, but out of all this, like, bitches should understand, so like women should understand, females, whatever you wish to be called, should understand, because you get upset and you start spewing out whatever.
Like Shaw, you was trying to get back.
Like she did. You get upset. And your feelings start going that way. Yep, so that's what happened to him. He got so vexed, it's like, no, it's that. Are you fucking happy? Are you happy? That's what it is. Get out of the face.
You trying to throw off. We already know that. We know that the legs are angels, but they not both not the both not the legs.
She's talking right. Because the thing is, she's been given meat and wine, and she don't know how to eat and how to drink. You know, a lot of guys are out there with amazing amounts of wisdom, and she didn't have an amazing amount of that.
She the one she raps. I recognize with KNTV. Everybody know what KNTV from back in the day. She raps to introduce herself before she started her video. That's where the hell the scripture said a woman should be rapping. She said, go ahead, a woman should be teaching purity.
No, but you have people out there they'll overeat. When somebody gets that knowledge busted up, they'll overeat, and then they'll spew something out, and they think that it's knowledgeable because of something that they read, and it doesn't make it fucking true. You know, that's what I was trying to finish at. You know, is that these people, they go out there and they think that they know something. They come up here, they will get cut. Especially, first off, if she knew anything about these scriptures, first thing she should have known is that she cannot talk. So we could have went into the Old Testament and said that all that's why I really want to number scripture. I kind of wanted to deal with her.
Oh, okay. So I ain't know that. I would have like get her out of there.
Yeah, I mean, when she was about to go, but I mean, it could have been, we could have got her to go like better with edification to the cameras. You know what I mean? Fuck her, because she was going to be a demon regardless. She didn't want to wait on the scriptures. And then she tried to do the next wow way. She's like, no, I'm not going to wait. Like, what the fuck is wrong?
I just want to get her ass out.
You got a question?
She didn't have a question. She had something to say.
She want a question. She want to come up here and teach. She want to teach and take over us. And us under her.
Let's bring up that first presentation.
Knowledge pumping up.
So she thinks she knows the way because she eventually.
Right.
She knows what to steer away from and how to help out. No, you don't. You're just an aged woman that's found out you're an Israelite and you're still going backwards. You're still not going in the right direction. She came up here, like I was trying to tell you, the Lord brought her this far, and that's as far as she don't go. Because she became father. We knew all the shit she did. But she can't fight. You know why you can't fight the system? Because you can fight the system. Whose system is it? The only way you can fight is with this. And this implies for you to wait. Because the Lord can do a miracle and pull something out. You know, the Lord couldn't do something even according to Esau's system. But for the most part, we're still ultimately waiting on the deliverance. You know, man. These people, they gain enough knowledge, and they think they know something. But if somebody get that, another scripture was, man knows nothing because he's given to them. That's it. And the thing is that the Lord gives you, like you just said, both. He gives you both hands. You get both these motherfucking hands out of yours. Then you get the left or you get the right. And a lot of people choose the left. Because the left tells them exactly what they want to hear. She chose the left. If somebody get also that scripture since I'm talking about in First Kings, I think it's on the First Kings, Second Kings, he said
That was the second reason, like the Caleb was that first was that special order he did it was one. So those two Israelites that chose the left.
hey, it was many that find a way to that. Man. So if somebody gets that second Kings was talking about the spirits that the Lord has come to. And the king that said, see, I told you, prophesy those good spirits. As if we got
I got it right here. 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 2. And if any man think he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet he ought to know.
Yet as he ought to know. So whatever the Lord has purposed you to do, whether you be a man in the truth or a man in your bullshit, all that knowledge and all that shit that you didn't learn throughout the years, the Lord purposed it so that he would do something to you. It's like that he had us in the bullshit. He had us in the bullshit just enough for us to see that it's bullshit so that we can tell others, yeah, we live that life, and that's not what it's about. And we all come from different walks of life, man. And all of it was wicked. Because it had nothing concerning the kingdom of Yahweh from the outside.
And she don't look too well, man. I remember her face used to be full and healthy, man. And she's shrinking. Like something wrong with her, man. All right, let me get this right. Oh, go ahead, bring it out, bro.
Real quick, it's Proverbs 9 and 13. So the foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing.
Right. She clamorous and simple, but don't know nothing, don't know a damn thing. And she don't look too well, man. The Lord back there.
No matter how much you work, shut up.
Right, talking about the military. What did you do? You all bragging about me. We saw us military. Yeah, we don't feel part of the
Alright, it takes a lot of strength to do something different. Because this world teaches women to be like that. This world teaches women to be against men and you think they're in high authority or shoulder to shoulder or shoulder to shoulder. No. It takes strength to subject your mind to understand it. It's not that way. Because you got to fight a bunch of demons to do it. That's something that people don't like doing. They like giving in like this.
Lazy.
Being a whore, huh? Doing whatever the hell they want, being really a slut. Because a slut is a sloven woman. And to be sloven means to be lazy.
Hey, it's easy to be a fucking slut.
Yeah.
It's easy. You know what? Hey, it's easy to be a damn slut, and it's hard to be a woman. It's woman of the It's easy to be a slut, and it's hard and difficult to be a woman. Get this right here. I know this. I know that. 2 Corinthians chapter 3. Never learning, never able to know the knowledge or the what's learning? Never learning and never come to the knowledge of the head. She can't know shit different than that. But she don't know the basic 1, 2, 3 ABCs, man.
All right, and that's what's really funny though, is that people actually, they come, it's like some cars, but they don't come with desire of faith to run, so that's why they don't get it. They come with this desire of understanding and trying to figure some shit out, but they'll never figure it out if they wicked. Right. That's the shit that vocab Malone does. Right. That's the reason why he's so infatuated. He's so infatuated with it because he's trying to figure it out. He's not trying to deal. You know, he just wants a piece of knowledge so he can talk shit about it. Man. Right. He want to catch somebody's system so he can say some shit. Yeah, exactly. That's all they wish to do, man. But that's the reason why the Lord said, nope, I made it so the wicked couldn't get it, man.
He's trying to get it so there's no getting around the truth. All right, there's no getting around the truth. Either you accept the truth the way it is, or you fuck what's going on, man. That's how it goes. You're not gonna stop the prophecy. You're not gonna stop the elect come to their rightful hierarchy, man. You're not gonna stop the heavenly Father. You're not gonna get him to step up with his hierarchy. The truth gonna move forever, man. Psalms 103. Know ye that Yahweh is power. It is he that hath made us and not we ourselves. We are his people and the sheep of his pasture.
Let's talk about today. The Lord is our power. So the way we're going to get delivered is going to be solely by him. It's not going to be by our will. At the end of the day, everybody else's will is going to fold and it's going to fade and it's going to fail. Whose will won't? How about Yahweh Shai? And those that be with him on his will.
Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto, and we should be thankful. If we could have still been a bunch of damn devils, all girls and fucking wait for a new team before they go. You'd be the damn sick.
Yeah, chasing ass.
Chasing ass. Chasing unworthy ass.
Unworthy fucking filthy riches, man. Right, you know.
Pinko, what they call it?
Yeah, it's canker, man. Canker. And gold is canker. Right, you know. Fool's gold. Yeah, the Lord. And that's fool's gold. Because the ultimate riches is this. This is the possession of the spirit which trumps the whole ownership of this world, man. Because sooner or later, the spirit that exists in the Bible is about to own this world, man. This is stuff equals over the entire world. And it's going to be fuck all religion soon.
And bless his name. You got one name. Yahweh. It said, for Yahweh is good. His mercy is everlasting. And you know, like you said, Yahweh. All right, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endure to all generations.
Oh, that's the shit that fucking that wife said, that wicked ass wife on the Get Plan. Right. She said that to the preacher father, you know, mercy, like she's scoffing, being a wicked ass woman, man. Right. But the thing is, it wasn't a good show. But hey, only a wicked person would truly think that the Most High is not merciful. You've gotten the thing that you want to get away with. That Lord's not merciful when he tells you, okay, well, you can't. Who the hell are you? Who are you? Tell me I can't do this. Like, he didn't let you fucking slide and all the other bullshit. He just corrected you to save your ass, and now you want to deny it. So, well, you're worthy of the death and the punishment that comes with death because you don't want to change. Because it says in the scriptures, in Acts the 30, and 17 and 30 now, in Acts 17 and 30, that, you know, once upon a time the Lord winked at these things, but now commandeth all men everywhere to repent. So he overlooked it enough, man. The fact that you didn't want to change is because you were wicked. You want to continue to be a mole. You say almost, hey, what does the scripture say? I have not come to be minister unto, but to minister. All right, you know. She did, you see you on a platform, you better come up with an actual agreement. That's not I mean, you're trying to basically present a statement in the form of, present a statement in the form of a question. You're not actually asking a sincere question. So you think you got it all. You didn't come with it now.
Well, I can just go like if I want to go confident
I don't want to drag the road.
But that's so fun.
Romans 3:1. What advantage then have the Jew, or what profit is there of circumcision? 2. Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of the Most High.
Right. So, she didn't understand the difference of knowledge that we have as far as what the Gentile is in the New Testament. And we understand that when you read, if she actually knows the first covenant, if she knows it, but if she knows anything about the first covenant, she would know that there's no transfer of this covenant going to any other heathen. Because the first covenant is the same as the second, except we're going to be made perfect. The first covenant talks nothing about heathens actually coming into our covenant. They're not a part of our covenant. But as a part of our covenant, they are going to be on this earth serving.
Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8. Covenant have been faultless, neither should no place have been sought for the second. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, said Yahweh, well, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah.
So that's the actual New Testament that people, like they read the New Testament, which is the first, the Gospels, and then the books of Paul, the books of John. They say that, oh, that's the New Testament. But this is just telling you how we're going to enter into the New Testament. Yeah, they're testifying. They are testifying, but they're really just speaking about how we're going to enter into the New Testament, which is the New Covenant, which is to be how it's shot, which is to be made perfect. It's the same thing. The word testament and covenant means the same thing.
Okay. All right. In verse 9, it said, not according to the covenant that are made with their fathers, that you know men must lead the nation. All right. In the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regard them not, said Yahweh. All right. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh. I will put my laws into their mouth and write them in their hearts. I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people.
So when the Lord says he's going to write it into our hearts and into our minds, if your every thought is to think righteousness, that means you're perfect. If you're perfect, that means you fell in nothing. That means you get no scratches. That means you never die. That means you're worthy of possessing the earth forever. It says that he that ruleth over the world as a king, is supposed to be righteous. He says the king is supposed to be a righteous man. If you wish to keep your throne forever, what does it say? If your scepters and thrones, desire wisdom. It's through this wisdom of these scriptures is how we're going to acquire this earth forever. Because that's how we're going to attain glory. God is in control right now. He's not doing one thing that's righteous. That's the reason why this earth is failing. That's the reason why our God is going to come take him out of power, man.
Yep, verse 11. And they should not teach every man his neighbor, every man his brother, saying, know Yahweh. For all shall know me from the least to the greatest.
That's right, and that's going to happen in our king. Starting with who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ, which is the so-called black man. All right, he's going to be the ruler of this earth. Over all this earth, you're going to have the ruler be the Lord who you call Jesus Christ.
All right, verse 12, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and iniquities will I remember no more. In that he said, a new covenant had made the first old, now which the last old is ready to vanish away.
And then the thing is that also came from the old covenant. And the Lord swore on himself by the covenant that he made with Abraham. And that covenant went to Isaac. And that covenant went to Jacob. It didn't change when it went to other nations.
Covenant is basically like an agreement.
Yep, it's a contract.
It's a marriage.
It's the terms and conditions.
It's terms and conditions, man. And that's what Jake don't understand. Oh, what is that? You violate the agreement between you and your husband, man. All right? Hey, Yahweh's word is born, man. He had to keep his promise, man. He could have been, he wanted to, he would have been, because when he went to, he said, when Moses went into the mountain, they ganged Aaron and shit, and told him make those idols and stuff.
It's on Exodus.
No, it's in Numbers or Exodus. It's in either one of them, and he told him, he could have killed Israel and started a whole nation with Moses. All right? So, but guess what? The Most High had to speak to his promise, man, that he made to Abraham throughout the forefathers. All right, we don't deserve shit.
I just really want to Exodus.
Go ahead.
It's 2 Timothy 2:12. It says, if we suffer, we shall also reign with him. If we deny him, he also will deny us. If we believe not, then he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself. I'm going to read it again. It says, if we believe not, then he abideth faithful. He cannot deny himself. Of these things, put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord that they strive not about words to no profit, but to the subverting of the hearer.
The whole reason why we're out here is, hey, it says, when we speak, we should speak as the oracles of the Most High. We didn't come out here to make it seem like we're just smart and so professed and whatever knowledge of learning that we're learning, whether it be the history or this or that. We go into the history, into the different languages to prove what we know to be fact. And the Lord sent us out here to tell our people who they are, the 12 tribes of Israel. You're not so-called black, you're not so-called Latina, you're not so-called Native American, you're an Israelite according to the Bible. Now, our people, we also have the knowledge to know that our people are going to dismiss most of that, but there's going to be an election that's going to come into that knowledge, man. And that this so-called white man is going to be taken out of the way. That's the first thing that we got to do, you know?
Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needed not to be ashamed.
And how we ought to be so that we don't get caught up in the same madness and the condemnation that's about to come down on this world, man. You know?
Study show that. That's how we Most High put that in this study. That's how we know not to get caught into bullshit that you was teaching. We know the bullshit that came from somebody else. But I may got the chapter with stuff about Moses. It was an Exodus. When he's about to take Moses, make the whole nation out of him.
Rightly divided the word of truth. That's correct. But shun profane and vain babblings, so they will increase unto more ungodliness.
And that's the reason why this woman, she came up here and she got shot. It's not like, oh, these people are just so rude and disrespectful. No, she was not saying the right thing, so she didn't want to hear the right thing. So she could go somewhere else and teach the wrong thing, man. But that will have no platform up here when we're speaking truth. How should truth be mixed with lie? It talks about mixing sweet waters with bitter, man. We had no fucking agreements.
Her fruit, you skin her fruit, now they bug the hell. They ain't even out teaching no more. What the hell those guys at now? The Bible. You know how they see this no more.
The Lord chose their lot. The only reason why you even see them maybe bring out anything every once in a while is because they try to fight against the storm. And then they was going to end up folding, and they still end up folding.
That's all true. Not the time.
This is Exodus chapter 32, verse 9. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people, hard-headed. Now therefore let me alone, that my wrath may wax hot against them, and that I may consume them, and I will make of thee a great nation.
All right. So Yahweh don't forgive me. He could have killed us all and started bringing to the Moses.
Yeah, he had them eat for us, man. Right. Lord, hey, aside from that, the Lord said he can take these stones and make these of them sons of Abraham, man. You know? But that's how much more our people should reverence and fear the Lord, man. But they don't. They think that they have what they got and they can live about their life. Well, I kind of believe in God. No. What are you doing to show the Lord that you're special to him, man? Not shit.
They said, oh man, I'm cold and wash on the dogs, you know, the creek there.
That's not even what he desired.
And this and that. Hey, the Lord, make your ass be up there talking all this shit. You know, the Lord make you have a phone. Yeah, the spirit world. When you get shame, right? The Lord don't need none of us, man. Get rid of the whole Everybody else got something.
What if some do not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
So when will these things be proven on who is right? Who is right? Everybody on earth thinks that they're right. And the day of the Lord is where everybody's going to be proven whether you were doing what was right. Whether you didn't believe there was a God, whether you thought that your God was a this. However you were living your life, you might get a 6 movies, a 6 chapters. Go ahead. Yeah, however you were living your life, it's about to be proven if you were doing right. Are you right? Everybody wants to be so fucking right, man. And the Lord's probably going to say no to a lot. Look, not no problem. The Lord's going to say no to a lot of people. No, no, not you. You're a fool, but not you.
That if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of the Most High, a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens.
Exactly, man. So, hey, whether we're here, or whether we're in the heavens, man, the hope is that our works follow us, and then we continue to have to, if we be the elect, then we're gonna have the same spirit no matter where we go, man. No matter what lifetime, man. And that's the hope. That's why we continue on these things to refresh, to prove that we are the sons of the Most High, man. You know, which, hey, yeah, we don't eat pork, but it doesn't just end with that. Yeah, we don't commit adultery, it doesn't just end with that. We do all the deeds and the works of the Father to the best of our ability. We are His sons, man.
Fight day to day, fight every second. We're not tempted. It takes strength not to be tempted. It takes strength to say no.
Just go through women and walk by. I'll be happy.
I was in Minnesota. Last week.
We got last week.
I was in Minnesota all this week. Young girl. Doing something. Doing something, right? She got a man. You know? Got a man. I felt so strong now. Kept getting my integrity. Right. But she's nice to look at. But hey, she had it. There you go.
Yeah, but you're going with the force.
I'm proud about that.
Okay, strength is like strength is like
It says, verse 2, in this we grow earnestly, desiring to behold the clothes of our house, which is from heaven.
It's that eternal body. But you gotta, hey, we gotta prove ourselves to be into that eternal body, man. You know, all Israel's gonna get, they're gonna get the spiritual power in the kingdom. But that's what you're fighting for, man. You know, like who was it, Achilles, fucking Brad Pitt, Troy. He said, immortality is on that beach. It's yours. Take it. The Lord has presented us life, man. So take it. Fight for it, man. When you read about the ancient men in the books of Judges and Genesis and how we got down, the first one that was hot to get that man, he was getting your land, he was getting your possession. He was taking it. That's why another thing too, man, we can't just sit on the lessons that you think about during the week or during the day. You might forget. When you're hot, you get on that shit, man. You know, we can't lollygag, we can't pussyfoot. That is the way of this world. Leave that for these people, man. They'll get to it tomorrow. They gotta do this first. We gotta do this first.
we gotta do it now. It's what it said is. So it's now or never.
Yep.
It's now.
Right. So
No, I'm just saying, like when the jet fire plane got the target locked, you know, so I'm a lock onto it, I'm a shut it, that's invisible. No, man, you press that camera back over.
of it like this. Whatever you were supposed to do for the Lord could have delivered your soul from whatever trouble that you're going to come into the next day. Or whatever lesson that you were supposed to do could have saved the brother or helped the brother out. It's like, damn, I should have, this came right on time because I was just about to do this. Well, I didn't even know about this help. Hey man, it says that the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. So the Lord needs all hands. And if you don't want to get your hand on deck, if you don't want to get your hands dirty for the Lord and do some fucking work, get the fuck out the way to go die somewhere, man.
So that being clothed should not be found naked. We that are in this tabernacle be grown, being burdened, not for that we will be unclothed, but clothed upon. That mortality might be swallowed up of life. It says, now he that hath brought us for the self-same thing is the Most High, who also hath given unto us the earnest of the Spirit.
Yep. And, hey, the Lord created this work, and He created this work. He created not only did He create our flesh, He created the spirit of what we have in us from the beginning. He expounded that knowledge, man. He expounded this knowledge for us to go out and preach. For us to go out and bring in more sons, man. Yeah, you, me, do the hell about you. Lord ain't you. Go do what the hell I told you to do. You can do that. You can wash the fucking dishes. You can sweep a floor. You know, we don't have the signs no more, but hey, it used to be, hey, the brother he can't really, he wasn't ready to read, you hold the signs. Long time, no forearms. I don't fucking forearms be strong as shit. Whatever you can get in to fit in to help and aid this body to continue ministry, you do it. You become a part of this table. You come eat at this table. You better be putting the table together, putting the dishes on the table, even if you put up the cloth, putting the utensils on the table, man. You know, make sure that the chairs are clean and dusted. Bringing out whatever tray or meal needs to be brought out. You need to come help with this, man. If you have the understanding, bring it out. If you need to learn a little bit more, listen to this, because it's not going to be repeated again. There ain't no do-overs in this. You fuck up once. I mean, the Lord does give us time to fuck up. What I'm saying is, don't fuck up and fall out. You fall out of this, it ain't no coming back. We fell away before, man. It says that in the scripture. You know, so being separated from the Most High, seek Him 10 times more. Otherwise, that's what's out here for you. Go up and fuck out, man. What does it say? Hey, sin lies at the door for thee, and to thee shall be his desire. You know, just know, outside of this circle, that's what it is, man.
That's what it means.
Yeah, you got the whole armor on. That's why naked.
And that's another thing. You gotta always constantly check your armor because you're in the flesh. You know, you might think your armor is nice and tidy, and you are in the truth. But guess what? When the shines on your feet start falling off, you gotta look. You know, when your shield is looking like it's dull, you gotta make sure it's strengthened, man. You gotta make sure everything is pretty much on point. And that's the reason why you have brothers. You have an army to tell you that, hey, your helmet is kind of crooked. You know? Basically get your shit together. That's why we rebuke ones in the spirit of meekness, because guess what? You was going to tell you if your breastplate was off, you know, if your sword was fucking all bent the fuck up, you would want that. So that's the reason why you correct brothers so that they get on point to help them out, man.
You know.
Yep. You got some people that get on, you know, they have a tyrant ass mentality. They don't get on brothers to help. They get on brothers to bring them down.
The both they cry.
Yeah, and they don't feel good to always have to yell at somebody or even sometimes rebuke somebody, man.
I seen that last night in the show, the boys people get how Homelander he was shitting on Adrian.
Oh yeah, he
was being a tyrant, man.
I mean, he is a tyrant. He's supposed to be like he's the white male of America.
Right. boys?
Yeah, the boys. Yeah, man. He was just straight shit. They train all me on that.
And that actually proves that they're about to come down the straight hill.
Yeah.
He said, he's like, fuck all that shit. You know what? I don't know what he's gonna say, yo. I got all the talent.
Yeah.
You know, that's how evil is.
And he said, I don't care what you stole. He said he would go the other way. He said, I just so either way you win.
Yeah, that's the reason why he's always gonna come down, man. You know, he doesn't care if he's being exposed, man. He said he could just shit. If he's not loved, what did he say he's gonna do? He said, I'm gonna just start killing everybody. That's showing the plans of the elite. Spoken in plain sight, man. You know? They about to come down with great wrath on this world.
Yeah, dude look like a crab.
They're not gonna spare it. Neither old nor young.
And you see like that video that they put drugs and guns and
because what was it, Mother's Milk? He was like, oh, so you're responsible for that other shit. Because that was about Oliver North and how they brought the cocaine into this country to sell it and distribute it to urban communities and shit.
Distributing the black
specifically to destroy it, so that there would be no unity in it.
For the Israelites, the nation is these people. Esau tell them the sons that talk they sons got a point. They tell themselves because this is a tank, but they tell them what they do. And they're trying to raise they think they're gonna raise the schools to fight against
That shit is wrong. Hey, look. That's not how you obtain this. Esau is trying to bring the right hand to the left hand, and that's just not so. Right. You know? Although I just did this, that's just not so, man. And there's no bringing righteousness, the gifts of righteousness to wickedness. Right. That's like saying that you can still go out there and be evil, and they keep saying in this world that a woman can still be adulterous, or she can still be fat and obtain a good man. Right. Like, that's no, you gotta work on yourself. If you want something good, you actually gotta put in some righteous work and build your morale as a person, and then you obtain. What was that guy the fucking Afro Fred something? No, not Fred Hampton. Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass said that there is nothing that can be obtained. It's basically except you do some type of hard work. There's nothing that can be obtained great or strong, something to that effect is how he said it, unless you basically put in hard work to get it.
Well, it's just like in bodybuilding. In bodybuilding, hard work, you follow routine. Consistently follow your routine. You're not going to get that body to be strong. You'll be playing this thing. You look at everybody else, body is strong.
Yeah. Or accusing them of saying, you have better genes than me. No, your ass is just fucking lazy, man. But this is spiritual bodybuilding right here.
The real bodybuilding.
That is saying all that.
This is 2 Corinthians 5.
Amen.
6 it says, therefore we are always confident knowing that whilst we are at home in the body, we are absent from the Lord. For we walk by faith, not by sight.
So we know that we're about to obtain this thing, even though we don't see the Most High. We know we're going to obtain immortality when we continue in these things. And we're actually going to get to enjoy way better than what these people are enjoying on earth, man. Because it's not worth it, it's poison.
Yeah, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Alright? For by the elders obtained a good report. Through faith that the worlds were framed by the word of the Most High, so things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith Abel offered to the Most High more excellent sacrifice than Cain, which he obtained witness that he was righteous. The Most High testified his gifts. By he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, was not found because the Most High had translated him. For he made translate, he had testified that he believed in God. When he got beat up with tyranny, he got killed from his bag and transferred to his spiritual life. Because in heaven you can't dwell in heaven for physical life. right? That's what that meant. All right, same thing happens to the last, all right?
Shit, I don't tell my wife. It was only one man, Yahweh greatly praised, and shit, John the Baptist could have been Enoch and Elijah. I speak as a man on that part, but we know that he was a life. You know, that was a great man. There's been very few men who have been beamed up on the chariot. It's dope, man.
Yeah, there could be a possibility. It's a possible change.
Oh.
I mean, all right, but we just speaking as men, huh?
Yeah,
To be the white man.
Time I said that, I speak as a man. Like, we know that it was Elijah. You know, John the Baptist came as, you know, but scriptures themselves, they don't speak too highly. I mean, they don't speak too many times of somebody being beaten into a chariot. It's only been a few times. Well, the thing is, that's a great honor, man.
Great honor, man.
You know, because you're not getting burnt by the chariot, you're getting beamed up. You're being invited to a party of the angels, man.
Right, so hey, we try you back to translate to the chariot, so you can take it out without somebody. You know, hey, all right, but anyway, it says verse 5. Verse 6, it says, but without faith it is impossible to please, it says right here, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. By faith Noah built one of those have things not seen yet, who will fear prepared an ark to save his house, just like he condemned the world, became the heir of righteousness, which is by faith. By faith, Abraham was called to go out into a place which he received for the inheritance, obeyed went out, not knowing where he went. By faith, he sojourned in the land of as in a strange country, going to temple to Isaac and Jacob, the heir with them of the same promise. All right, so it's by faith, you know, that we are the Israelites. By faith, you know, the so-called white and Esau. By faith, we know America is going to be destroyed by 30 years. Okay, by faith, we don't have these weakness into servitude in our person. It's going to be immortal. It's going to be immortal. It's going to be we are God. You know, rules and go ahead.
2 Corinthians 5 and 8. Father 7, we walk by faith, not by sight. We are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body, present with the Lord. Therefore we labor, that whether present or absent, we may be accepted in him. We must all appear before the judgment seat of the Mashiach, that everyone may receive the things done in his body.
Everyone. So everybody that's on the face of this earth is going to be proven to be, they're going to be tested to see if they were doing the right things in these bodies. Man. You know, what did you do to earn your next body? Man? To bring that heavenly body down here on earth and walk in it. Man? You know, did you do the right thing or did you do the wrong thing? Did you teach the wrong thing? Did you teach the right thing? Did you lean a little? Were you too much to the left? You liked a little bit of the right, but not enough. Everybody's supposed to be drawing according to that.
Everyone that receives the things done in his body, according to that, he that does, whether it be good or bad, knowing that everyone that receives the things done in his body, according to that, he has done, whether it be good or bad. Lord, therefore, the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, we are made manifest unto the Most High, and our trust also are made manifest in your conscience.
So we understand the truth and what the Lord is about to do. We know how our Father gets down. We know His will, and we're not going to go against His will because guess what? That's going to be a terror unto us. The Lord's about to come. Somebody get a 1 Corinthians 11:31. The Lord's about to come judge the world, man. We don't want to get our ass beat by our Father, so we're trying to warn the other children on how to not get their ass beat. But only so few are going to listen, man.
1 Corinthians 11:1. 31. 1 Corinthians 11:31. For if we judge ourselves, we should not be judged.
So that's what we're doing. We're judging ourselves, and we're giving the same word to those that will hear to judge themselves and be judged according to this word, man. You know, you take this, you get cut, you read and see how you can do better. You become a part of the fold. You get corrected. You know, you do that which is of a son, man. You know, that which is of a servant. Because we graduate to sons, man. That's why, you know, it was a Paul. He said, wherefore we cry Abba, man. We cry Father, but we're still trying to really earn our way up to Father. You know? And when I say that, I'm talking about to be like Yahweh Shai, man. To be like I say, his glorious body, man. To be called out of this darkness completely, man. To not be in these, but to be in that.
So we commend not ourselves to yield unto you and give you occasion to glory on our behalf, that ye may have someone to answer them which glory in appearance and not in heart.
Yeah. Because this is the thing about truth, man. It says the true worshipers should worship the Lord in spirit and in truth, man. It's not about a face value thing, man. Alright? We're telling you how you're gonna get up out of here. You may not understand it. Oh, y'all got no guns? No. Y'all got a military? Y'all at least got IMF. Y'all don't got none of that. What the fuck, y'all? The words of Yahweh Shem, man. Hey,
They don't got no.
and that's why. That's the gift into this. You have to have faith. Otherwise, you're not going to see it. You got to see this before it happens. And if you see it before it happens, then you better get with the program of how to get delivered from that thing that's in the future, man.
About 100,000 men marching in the streets. Really going on. Right. It says, whether we be beside ourselves, it is to the Most High, and whether we be sober, it is from the Lord. For the love of Mashiach constrained us, because we must judge that if one died for all dead.
Yep.
And that he died for all, that they which live should not henceforth live unto themselves, but unto him which died for them and rose again.
So we no more follow after what we want, what we desire to do.
That's why I skipped the part. Who was that talking about? The one that died for all. Who was that talking about? That's right.
And we are to follow the spirit of Yahweh Shai. As they have the saying in the world, what would Jesus do? What would Yahweh Shai do? You know, when he speaks this term, all right? We be at arms because somebody said this, all right? When he say, I'm going to go get the strap because the nigga was threatening him, will you be wearing a vest? What will Yahweh Shai do? Because when we say that's the spirit, what are we talking about? What are we talking about when we say that's the spirit? Who's the word? You said what? Yeah, Yahweh Shai is the word. This is Yahweh Shai on earth that is left to guide us, man.
Coming to value the book.
He comes to value the book, man. You know? So we have the spirit to guide us, man. The spirit comes in and sups with us, and hey, it says that this is gonna be the wisdom of our times, man. You know, somebody gets that Isaiah 33:6. This is what's gonna help us in that day, man. Yep, yeah, this is like stability, man. It says that wisdom is gonna meet us in every thought. So be with us. He's gonna say, go here. Be quiet now. All right, you can eat right here. All right, you gotta go ahead and get up right now.
Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be stability of thy times. Not no AR-15. Alright? It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, fear Yahweh is a treasure.
That's the gift, man. The gift from the Lord gave us, man. You know, which is him. You know? And the Lord can do anything. So if we follow the Lord, he'll be able to save us out of anything. It says that his ears are not too dull of hearing, and his arms are not too short to save, man. So with that being said, why aren't we delivered now? For one, according to promise. Two, you know, hey, you gotta earn that. You still gotta earn it. And then you gotta know when you do get saved, it's not a thing that you was doing, it's all Yahweh Yahweh Shai. It was all Yahweh Shai, the word of Yahweh Yahweh Shai for having mercy. It's not me. It's not, what the fuck? You was just Tyrone yesterday. Well, fucking goddamn government name in it, right? fucking Muslims, man.
That's all Muslim, nigga.
Huh?
Muslim, nigga.
We're not though. That's nice. This is truth up here. That's bullshit. That's the shit that gets the fucking metal shot. Name me one fucking Muslim that got saved. Not one. Them niggas is dying. That's probably a goddamn. That's probably one of the goddamn Muslim house right now. Get the shit out of here. Man, be more fucking destruction to this. More chaos, man. It ain't enough. The Lord said, what will I be already kindled? This ain't enough. This ain't enough, man.
First of all, this the Quran tells you that the prophet belongs to the children.
Exactly. Nigga smoking and shit. Dumbass nigga.
Right, and this one, they broke the prophet.
He knew goddamn what we was the fucking fuck.
He ain't no Muslim. He probably
Muslims are weed smokers. Fuck that. That's strict Muslims.
some of drug dealers.
Muslims do all types of fucking wicked ass shit. Shit, they may not eat pork, but they eat fucking shrimp and shellfish. Yeah. They still commit adultery. Yeah, quick.
Muslims just more wicked. It's just to make everybody think
It's just another way of saying, well, we believe in God, but we don't want to believe in one Jesus. But hey, now the truth is out. So now that they know the Lord doesn't look like that, and that's not his religion, he doesn't want you under the excuse. They put out an excuse, man. So now it's just another cloak to be wicked, man. But there is no cloak for it. Because we just proved it to be so. Even what did you just say about the goddamn point? What's in the Surah? What is it? Surah. Yup, in the book of Surah. Yes, it says that how the children of Israel should return unto their God. And also they follow the Torah. And in the Torah it says the Lord has not done away with people. Shit, we just read from the Torah where the Lord said when he spoke to Moses how he would make a great nation out of him. But hold on, let me finish that part. In that Exodus. Because yes, it's actually properly to read. But this is Exodus chapter 32, verse 13. Actually, I started verse 12. It says, wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say for mischief that he bring them out, slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn not fierce wrath and repent of the evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel thy servants, to whom thou swearest by thine own self, and saidst unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven. And all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. Lord, and make that covenant with nobody else. That's in our book. Only for these people, man.
If heathens call themselves Christians, which we say on the side, why they didn't get this second covenant with landlords? Why are they being taught education? And why are we teaching them education?
And the proof that not everybody could be a son of Abraham, and you have to according to the seed. Well, Abraham had a servant that he looked at as a son. The Lord wanted him to have an heir.
So I want you to have an heir.
He wanted Abraham to have his own flesh and blood heir because he was planning on building a nation. So for you to say that the Lord just said, fuck it after Israel had sinned, and they sinned so many fucking times, that's the reason why the Lord made a covenant. But before you say that the Lord said, fuck it, I'm not going to deal with them at all anymore, I'm not going to do anything with them anymore, I'm just going to go to the next nation, then you're just evil, you're a liar. Because that's the reason why the Lord made the covenant, man. He made that covenant for us and not for nobody else's seed.
And Moses said, well, Jacob, nation of Israel, man, so now the covenant with us, but the covenant with you. How come you not the work? How come you have done that? Israelites. So the covenant means not the work.
And it would also mean that the Lord was ready.
Right.
The Lord made the earth for a reason. It's the reason why he has the same reason why the Lord has not completely destroyed the entire earth. The the same reason why he hasn't destroyed us. Because he planned to do something with us. He planned to make us a great nation, like he said. Meaning we was going to be around. Meaning we was going to be his. He said that Israel is the Lord's portion, man. All right? Yep. Now, who has no promise of being around forever? You guessed it. The so-called white man, Esau and Edom, man. Yep. That's the reason why he pushes that grape juice drinking Christianity, man.
Okay, this is Jeremiah 31:31. Behold, the days come, said Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant. Jeremiah 31:31. And it reads, behold, the days come, said Yahweh, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, said Yahweh. So he said he was faithful to us. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, said Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahweh. For they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them, said Yahweh.
And the Lord's doing that because he's going to keep us as a people. But he hates sin. He's sick and tired of us fucking up. So it's like, all right, if y'all going to be around, y'all going to have to do right. I can't take this shit, man. Because the Lord, it says that the all-righteous God that hated iniquity, man. Meaning the Lord hates wickedness. He hates sin. He hates sin and shit. He not only hates the sin, but he hates the motherfucker doing it. That's how badly he hates it.
For I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Thus said Yahweh, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divided the sea when the waves thereof roar. Yahweh of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, said Yahweh, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever.
So the Lord named everything in the heavens and everything under the heavens, from the height to the depth, from the birds to the beasts. And if all this shit just dropped dead, which that's what he's going to try to do, because after he fucks up everything, he's going to be on the suicide mission to destroy the earth. Esau's on a suicide mission to destroy the earth and fight the Lord, man. If this man had his way, he would fucking just go to another world. Hey, I'm not gonna give away that. I was about to say something. And spoiler alert, but just know it's in the movie. I'm not gonna say what movie. But
It's in the title.
So the Lord said, if those ordinances would depart before me, so that will mean the sun will have to stop shining, the moon will have to stop giving its light, the stars would have to stop shining, before the city of Israel, what? Be put off. Then on top of that, verse 37, he says, thus said Yahweh, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all that they have done, said Yahweh.
But really, to do that, there would be nothing would exist. The sun, the plants, they depend on the trees, man. As well as I believe vice versa with all life itself. It depends on all the things that the Lord made, man. You know, we're all codependent to water. You know, and we're codependent unto the sunlight, man. Also, the sun, the moon, and the stars at all time. That means there will be no time. So basically, all these things that the Lord said, he said that those are ordinances forever. The sun is an ordinance that's going to always exist. remember some dude that said that to me, he said, you know, the sun is immortal. And technically, yes, the sun, he thought he was being OCD. Yeah, the sun is immortal. The sun is actually going to live on forever, as well as the moon, too, nigga. For the earth to live forever, certain inhabitants have to be taken up out of the earth.
Oh, yeah. So the viruses.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of these viruses, but it still can be saved if we get this goddamn cancer out the fucking earth, man. These starting with the elites, and then the rest is fucking red ass people, man. You are dooming people. You rename yourself as Roman or Greece, but you're still the same red devil. That's it on that.
Real quick, 6 and 60. It says, for sun, moon, and stars being bright and sent to do their offices are obedient. In like manner, the lightning, when it breaketh forth, is easy to be seen, and after the same manner, the wind bloweth in every country. And when the Most High commanded the clouds to go over the whole world, they do as they are bidden. And the fire sent from above to consume hills and woods, doing as it is commanded. But these are like unto them, neither in show nor power. Wherefore it is neither holy nor said that they are gods, seeing they are able even to judge causes for the good of the men. And the point being, those things are good us getting because the Lord has them in their office. Right? But we're not worshiping them as gods, it's about who to be. Mythology or whatever. Right, but they're doing that because they were commanded to do that. The stars were commanded to shine. The sun was commanded to be in whatever angle or do whatever. And the Lord actually stopped the sun. As a matter of fact, he sent it back in the sky. Right?
So what does that make then? That makes everything a subject to the Lord. You know, from the wind to the bugs, the things that you can see, the things that you can't see. The Lord controls all of it, man. Right?
The Lord said the seed of Israel is going to remain on this earth as long as these ordinances are around.
What?
And then in the last verse, he said, if the earth could be measured, if the heaven could be measured, then I will put off the seed of Israel, which can't be done.
Which Esau, he'll try to tell you he can do that. But see, the earth, both of the circumference, and then the pi, the 3.14 of the earth, and then if you sight there, and then they'll tell you what's inside the earth. Well, you know, we're not, they don't fucking know that.
Esau can't measure the depths of the ocean.
Right.
He can't. The ocean is still unexplored. The depths are unexplored.
Never touch the ocean before. It's too much pressure. There's so much pressure that only certain beasts can dwell down there. And those certain beasts that won't come up here, they fuck everything up. Because these buildings, as strong as they are, could not survive underwater. They would be pressed by the pressure. So you got something that has a body stronger than the strongest submarine. But the submarines, they go down into that water, they begin to get crushed. They can't go so deep. They get fucked up by down in the depths of the water that the Lord has created. They can survive all of that. And guess what? Guess who controls those beasts? The Most High.
Esau tell you can measure the height of the heavens. That's the sun is
That's where they need to go to
His
get
mouth framed the
any
sea.
money.
His mouth is all. He always lying.
And the telescope is called, I think it's called the Lucifer telescope that they try to use. That's one of the telescopes, which is owned by the Roman Catholic Church.
What?
Yeah.
This is the thing that with a bunch of numerology and stargazers, man. And the thing is, what is numerology? Numerology means the study of numbers, man. You know? And that goes into witchcraft. That's the reason why you have some of them oh, what's your sign? What's your birthday? What time were you born? Because that goes into manners of witchcraft, man. And with that, you don't have wisdom. It says the knowledge of wisdom is not wisdom. So, you know, they measure things based off of wicked light. That's why it's called Lucifer, man. The way that Esau measures things is based off of his pseudoscience, man. You know, which, like I said, it goes to nothing but witchcraft. Because the word Lucifer, it just means light bearer. But his light is the false light. It makes you think that you saw some images and you didn't see shit. It's an illusion. You thought you had a clear vision of what was going on. You know, you thought that the earth revolved around the sun. This technology was the newest thing that's going to help you in your daily life, but it actually just kills you and makes you slower and makes you stupid.
It says, Proverbs 16:9, it says, the light of the righteous rejoices, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. And just to add what you said, man, like old school Jacob said, before they had cell phone, tell you, I can remember everybody's number. I can remember that. But then once you got the phone and shit, you can't remember any number. Because you think about it, so down, and it's all on the phone. Hey, with the apps and stuff. Sometimes you can't remember the scripture, and you just got the page. It's a lot easier. You actually have to label it. You know,
You actually deal with the Lord wanting us, which will take time to study. You know? But what was I saying?
and that's what Revelation 13 is going to give through. And 16 is going to come in. He's going to say, well, look, the boys, the hands, if you just take this, it's swipe it, you walk right up the door.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. You get into it all the time. The scripture say don't take it. Because man's in the middle, get outside. Like, why? Like, first off, that's lifted, man. But he has the hearts of these people, man. They're walking blind and blindness, man. It's somebody can get just 9-1. You know? The Lord said that he's going to send a distress upon men that to walk like blind men. Meaning they're not going to know what's going on. They already don't know. But it says, hey, the many shall be purified and made white. So we're getting that light, man. We're getting the understanding. All these people, they're fucking, they're waxing worse, man. They're dying. They're falling away. They're pining away, man.
Zephaniah 1, I'm starting verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasting and desolation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fifth city and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out in dust, and their flesh as the dough. Neither their silver nor their gold shall deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, and the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of the
So that's what distress is coming to you people, the real light. Because right now, it's not providing as a fire, it's not providing as a light, it has no protection, it's not helping you. Our light is growing and growing and growing, man. As the scripture says, arise. But our light has come. Arise, shine. Meaning put on the light. We good. But you people that want to continue in this, you about to be in 4K, and you still think that you have any light. But it's like you got this little ass match that's burning your fingers, man. It's about to go out.
But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. That's right. And the coming of the Lord, it was also said that he would be a light unto the Gentiles. Word unto the Gentiles, he would rear the Gentile state of mind. The whole Gentile situation is supposed to be for us coming back to our heritage. I just look down upon, look at them, man. They all we all put them.
Well, and that's the reason why the Lord did that, man. So that we would know. So that no man can boast, man. You know? This is all going to be the work of your how about you outside. It wasn't about how you looked. It wasn't about what land you came from, who your father was. Well, to a degree. When I say who your father was, I mean his status. It's not about status. The only thing that's going to be shown is, were you a true son of Yahweh That's what's going to matter.
They just have to work.
See, you could have been dark as fucking Judite with a beard, man. And all the little stars of David on your fucking combat boots and all that shit. But if you didn't take heed to the spirit, how you were supposed to, what did any of that shit matter? It's all vanity. Shit, when you go back to somebody get that in Hebrews 9th chapter, it talks about the carnal services that we once had with the beginning of the first covenant, man. You know? And that was really everything we were going to have in the second covenant. We had real gold. We had great, actual, real nice fabric, man. You know, that's the reason why you don't turn this truth into, you come into the Passover, we don't turn the Passover to a lamb dinner.
Or strip club.
Or strip club, especially, man. Shit. The reason why I said a lamb dinner is, I said a lamb dinner because it's deeper than just the meat, man. It's deeper than the facade. You know, that shit just always fucking with you. But, yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not fucking that. What I'm trying to say is that this is about truth, man. Are you living this when nobody else is around, man? Do you believe when somebody's smoking in your face? Do you believe when somebody's when your close family members is smoking, man? When your job isn't going how you like, man. When you're making little pay. When your woman leaves you. Do you believe? When this world shits on you, do you still believe?
Hebrews 9, verse 8. Hebrews 9, verse 8. The Holy Ghost, this signifying, the Holy Spirit, this signifying that the way into the holiest of all was not yet made manifest, while as the first tabernacle was yet standing, which was a figure for the time then present, in which were offered both gifts and sacrifices that could not make him that did the service perfect, as pertaining to the conscience.
Which is the high priest. The high priest offered up a sin offering for himself and a sin offering for the whole nation. You know? But these were just carnal services. They were for a shadow to come when Yahweh Shah was going to grasp and come on the scene, man. When Yahweh Shah was going to walk the scene, man. To get the true worshipers to present themselves as living sacrifices, as lambs, man. What is it? Sheep in the midst of wolves, man. Present your body as a living sacrifice unto the Lord Yahweh, man. By keeping this word and being, hey, a man being an offender for a word, that's what you came out here to do, man. That's what we came out here to do. We're out here for the brothers that will become sheep or the scoffers that want to eat us up, man. We're out here for that. We're out here for the smoke. We ain't giving no smoke. We out here for the smoke. We got all the smoke we got. Now, our smoke is gonna come when the cherry come out, man.
Again, which was a figure for the time then present, in which we offer both gifts and sacrifices that could not make him that did the sacrifice or the service perfect, as pertaining to the conscience. 10. Which stood only in meats and drinks and diverse washings and carnal ordinances imposed on them until the time of Reformation.
Now, of course, we still celebrate the Passover, but the Passover is in direct relation to Yahweh Shah. It is a direct relation to his sacrifice. The wine his blood, the bread also being his flesh, as well as he being the lamb. You know, these are all symbolic for that reason, man. And we're supposed to be as that lamb. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. You know, we're the lambs, and on the left is the goats, man. That are about to be sacrificed. Because they didn't come out here and do this work. And the goats are the 2/3 and the eagles.
11. But Hamashiach being come as a high priest of good things to come, a greater and more perfect tabernacle, not made with hands, that is to say, not of this building, neither by the blood of goats and calves, but his own blood, he entered in once into the holy place, having obtained eternal
redemption. Gave him that mediation with the Father, man, to bring us into it. He was 2 and 14. Started 2 and 10. But yeah, that damn, fuck that haircut. But that when the Lord did that, he walked into the holies of holies, and that's when that was like, you know, the elder brother Yahshua broke it down. That's the reason why the bell rang. You know, that part that we couldn't enter into, it rang because it was open up. That was symbolic that Yahweh had led us in. What's that? That one song, Stand Up. Fucking with when I move you, just like that. He said we gonna press the back door and break them in. That's what the Lord did, man. He opened the seals, man, for us to get the hell up out of this place. So that's when we're supposed to be rejoicing right now. This devil's going down. World War III is right around the fucking corner. These people's freedoms are being stripped. That means our salvation is near.
For the blood of bulls and of goats and the ashes of a heifer, sprinkling the unclean, sanctifying to the purifying of the flesh. How much more shall the blood of Hamashiach, who through the eternal Spirit offer himself without spot to the Most High, purge our conscience from dead works to serve the living power.
Right? Because the Elam, although hey, they weren't enough. The Lord needed something perfect to give us an everlasting salvation. It wasn't bullocks. It wasn't rams. It was Yahweh's Son, man. So that we can live forever, man. It's like, Jake don't get that. The shit that you keep on doing and it relates to that same madness is what's keeping us here. Us not thinking like that and doing that same madness is what's going to get us up out of here. So we're not going to walk according to our flesh. We're not going to walk according to fucking Kyrie or Tariq. We're not going to be that former man anymore. That nigga's dead. Them niggas is dead, man. Fucking Daquan is dead. We see them down on the block all the time. We left our old personalities with them. That's all they remember. Damn, that's crazy. You used to do woo up, bam. This is you. That's what they know. They don't know this guy. Because this guy is known by Yahweh Shem Yahushai, not the world.
And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the First Testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance.
Right, man. The eternal inheritance is not going to be left to other people. So you
It became him for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, and bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect and suffering.
Yep. Hey, our Lord, he had to suffer to give what was his, man. Hey, he may have created it, but he did that after the Father's will. The Father said, you really created this for yourself, but for you to have the keys to the car that I gave you the power to build up, I need you to earn this. I need you to go through this straight gate so that you can show the rest of my the land and the resources forever. Slave forever, because we gotta do something with fucking goddamn it, John who? Fucking goddamn it, Adam West. Oh, Raul. Well, that's not as good as that for anybody name. Fatima and her people. Rajun. We got to do something with them motherfuckers, man. Hey, you have a lot and still being on the earth according to the scriptures, man. The only one who's not really profitable to be around and has no worth at all is Esau and Edom. And I know I'm gonna use a lot of them Ammonites to clean my shit, man. They could be in charge of a lot of manufacturers because they really good at that spirit, man. And yeah, they really. I work with the Ammonites. You don't want to clean the floors, man.
Daniel 2:44. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
Yep. It says it shall consume and break it in pieces all these other kingdoms, man. But it's not going to be for other people. It says that Israel shall dwell in safety alone. How the hell else is everybody else getting delivered and saved? How is everybody else a part of our kingdom? They're going to be there, but why is it alone? Because we're going to be the only ones that's going to be fucking raw as hell. It's going to be our kingdom. You don't look and say, that's them, this is us down here. It's not going to be no equality. We're not going to do our rulership the secret. We're not going to say we're all equal and then, yeah, but we really got this secret card we don't tell nobody about. We got this is our. No, we going to fucking let your ass know.
You're not right. I am better than you.
Yeah.
You can't stand yourself.
And that's what Esau's about to actually do. He's about to come down with great rap and say, fuck it, I actually have the power. Why am I like acting like he's cool? No, you can't. And
So get different weapons. Nobody equals.
well, yeah.
Philosophy.
I mean, he gets that. I mean, the power of the earth comes from the Lord.
That's what I mean. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what he kind of
Yeah.
Because
The Lord gave him the power
yeah,
of the
the
earth.
power right now.
So the thing is, with him having the power, it built up his pride.
Right.
Because he's the basis of man. It didn't take a lot. Shit.
You know what I mean? Hey, fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's because the Lord allowed Esau to come in.
Should somebody want to get second Samuel to 21st chapter, 22nd chapter?
Yeah, the Lord gave Esau the power. The Lord showed him that because he went off, he took a baseball bat and put him in the numbers. Esau didn't really shit. That superior race and all that stuff on the end. Esau's on the short, they call that a short lease.
Okay, this is 6 months ago.
Right.
Now it's just month to month. So the Lord be taking his ass out of here any day.
Yeah, Victor goes.
About to put this shit in. Yeah, you missed all your payments, Nick.
This song, bad to life.
You got a lot of back pay.
Reality.
Yep.
We're going to be showing you. It's nothing. It's all this. And the reason why the Lord puts you on top because he had to keep that promise. Isaac gave his forefather Esau. He'll be full. Now we're getting back to that correct. Right? The real Uber.
motherfuckers, but that's judgment, man.
That's right.
It's more and more judgment. Somebody's getting fucked up right now.
They must get fucked up their bed last.
Probably.
Psalm 75, verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the Most High is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another.
So you could see any type of leader getting groomed up into their position, or a land taking over a country, and then this person gets set up. But really, it's all orchestrated to the Lord's will, man. And how he's going to have things according to his plan on what's going to be done at this time and what's going to be done at this time, man. And he needs this person to do this and this person to do that. And every nation has their chance to rule until now. As well as Esau Edom, it's all according to the Lord's plan to bring about the end of this wicked present world, man. That's really what the Lord said. He said the promotion, it all came from the Lord. Every time somebody was set up in power, it came from the Lord. Manifest destiny. But now this is the part 2 of your conquering.
That's why
Second Samuel 23. He shall be as the light of the morning when the sun rises, even a morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth like clear shining after rain. Although my house be not so with the Most High, yet he hath made with me everlasting covenant, ordering all things sure. This is all my salvation, all my desire, of those who make it not to grow.
So, hey, the Lord is going to make us like unto him, with the morning star. So, the guy's like, when I'm starting that, he's not the physical demon Satan. I mean, so like, it's not the spiritual demon Satan. These are all different spirits that he controls. The Most High is the Most High God. And he controls it all to bring about a righteous plan, which is to bring about the king.
that's a balance. Fair balance, because Esau had his chance.
Esau had his chance.
That's all.
Because the thing is, the reason why the world reacts that way according to the Bible is because throughout the ages, you had the big woman going to the church, and everybody assumed that this woman that was always saying God, this God, that it was crying every time she heard something in the church. She was something that's what the world was dealing with. And so it really became a secret patriarchy instead of what the scripture is really a patriarchy. It's monarchical, but it's patriarchy because we don't worship the queen. Worship the king. We worship Yahweh Shai. So that shows you the Lord will put it in representation. But the world reacts crazy to things, or you speaking evil to a woman when a woman's done something fucking crazy and you put her in her place and tell her, no, you can't do that. No, you can't tell her that. Why? Because they think that the authority is with the mother or the woman.
That's why they need a woman.
Yeah. Which that just shows you that this world has been going all the way backward according to the will of Yahweh outside.
Right.
It's become woman. It's become after the image of a woman.
And that's why she came up first. She came up trying to serve.
And that shit was all the way up. She just come up from understanding. And her son just come to know her. You really should have dismissed that when she said she was going to her son. So like, when she said she had to go, all right, bye. And shit, he was the one that was supposed to be up. She didn't need to stop. Women don't fucking stop for when places of fucking attention. That's why you got a channel for attention. This to say, hey, this whole thing, we come out here, it's not about us. That's the reason why somebody don't fucking show their face like that. We only show our face for the sake of the scriptures, man. But the scripture says, the thine eye shall see thy teacher. So we're not afraid to show our faces. But we know that it's not about us. It's not about us being... It's not about that. Like, this basically fucking get what we're out here for, man. We're out here for us to get the hell up out of this flesh.
See how she low-key, she did a shout-out to Captain Stuff. She said she wasn't the advantage.
It's fucking rapping. No, I didn't even think that was right. I think I know what you're talking about, but that's just stupid as hell.
Rapper, right? Yeah, she be.
I think actually, yeah, I did see that on there because I
Yeah, she rapped before she started her lesson.
That was the first thing that I was thinking. I was thinking that she just wanted it to be about herself and scenery on the internet, but I didn't know that was her.
Yeah,
that's funny.
She got old and shit. That's why you right there.
God, shit. I saw some though.
Yeah, remember we sing on 87 times. You don't remember that? We sing 87 around the world. Yeah. That's why you remember that.
No, I recognize it from the video. I don't remember that shit. I don't even know about it. I think I might have done it. No, I don't remember that. I remember her from this video that I saw her stalking.
Right.
I was like, what the fuck? It sounds like it's more about her. Aside from her,
I've heard this. Look at the first beatbox and rapping for the lessons and shit.
yeah, but aside from the Lord saying that women aren't supposed to go out there and preach, they'll let us say Deborah was naming us prophets. They was what they think a prophetess is. And it was the name of another woman that went out there and taught. And she didn't go out. The Lord commanded us to go out.
Revelation, that's pretty tough. I said made us kings and queens and
Yeah. But aside from the woman part, the Lord also didn't tell us to go out and sing a physical song like that.
right.
Now we sing songs, and that's in our personal life for how we do things, as well as for prayer. And then, the ministry is those types of things isn't one-on-one with the Lord, But the ministry is about bringing people into understanding on how they're supposed to walk in their daily life when you're not there. On how they're gonna maneuver through this world when crazy shit is flying at them. Because it's just only gonna get crazier. That's what the Lord commanded us to go out there and do, man. Somebody get that Matthew the 10th chapter, man. This is what the Lord commanded us to do. He commanded us to teach. He commanded us to teach and nothing else. We didn't come out here to be the best rappers, actors. That shit is stupid, man. And that's really the mentality in this world. That Esau has made these people think that they can just going back to the Get Down. That dude only thought that he could fucking make it by going to Esau's colleges or being a rapper. Shit, if you would have just followed.
Esau, he got this thing called 360 deal. So you sign that contract, you got your likeness, you got your movies, you making money all around you.
You don't even have to receive a cent. That's how his laws are set up.
Like you said, everything, however you make money, that's how they make it. Yeah, they attach themselves to you, not just through music.
They only know they be sad.
That's right.
And they're so happy.
Then you say, I didn't know the contract said it. Oh, no.
Because you didn't read.
I didn't know this, man.
They get with a fancy car and stuff like that. They get fancy cars and stuff. And that's the reason why the Lord made sure that our words were oracles in, man. Not only something that you can read, because hey, you used to have people back in the ancient world, reading was actually a luxury, it was a gift. People paid for people to learn, to teach them different languages and to read different books. That was the entertainment. That was a gift, if you will, man. But Israel said, even in this lifetime, that they didn't want to follow it, but they agreed back then. And Moses literally asked them if all these things seemed right up to them, and all Israel agreed, yes, this is good. Does it seem good? Yes. Sure, yes. All right, yes. You agreed to this. So when the condemnation comes, be ready for it.
Our God ain't no merciful God.
He is. All that you said, all that you said, yeah, we will do. They agreed to it, man. So, you better know what you think yourself. This thing is revolving around the world and doing the history thing to make yourself a Israelite. It's about being free. but for the right reason, not that you're trying to make yourself hated. You're being hated for the simple fact that you're walking in the ways of Yahweh and Yahweh was walking. If Yahweh was able to walk the earth, they would try to kill him if they could. That's the reason why Esau's going to try to kill the Lord.
Jacob wants it. Jacob 2/3 they want to eat. Well, everybody can compel it. It's not
We ain't getting nothing to the kingdom. How can we receive glory if the Lord hasn't received this glory? If you receive glory on this side, you're wicked. You're doing something wrong.
You don't appreciate nothing, man, until you go through the pain and suffering. Then you appreciate it. Then it feels good when you're tired. It is, man. It's fucking easy way, man. That's the fucking
Yeah, that Rocky Four, you know, soundtrack, ain't no easy way out.
that's why they all fat out of shape now, man. All types of crazy shit they have, man. It's like we the condition.
We got first Maccabees 1 and 13. And certain of the people were so therein they that went to the king and gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. Yep, contract deals, you know what I'm saying? Signing name in blood and the Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? Doing those rituals to get they sacrifice for paradise, you know what I'm saying? And then you put on that dress with success, you know, they do all types of nonsense. Oh yeah.
Look, man, being a fool, that shit over. That shit played out.
Very much so.
It's over. It's time for these off.
So with that, we're going to end this lesson off by giving all praise to the Lord and
Yahweh, Ba'asim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asim, Kakadash.
Shalom and a ball.
A ball.